high fashion. In conjunction with the Red 5 Network, we're proud to present Comics and Cosmetics.
What is up, nerdlings, and welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Danny Sonsasi, licensed cosmetologist and registered super nerd. And this is Comics and Cosmetics, where normally, once a week, you watch me do my makeup while I talk about whatever nerdy topic I've been discussing about or obsessing about. Both work, right? Yeah, both work. And every Sunday we go live, talk about whatever's been going on in the nerd world, giving you breaking news. Since today is basically all nerdy news, we are in the Nerdy News Network studio, and we are talking about the San Diego Comic-Con 2022 announcements from the MCU and DC, respectively. We're really, really excited about this today. We got some big stuff going on. Real quick, though, smash that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with another one of these magnificent videos. Words are hard, kids, okay? They're hard. Oh, let's do that one more time. Yeah. That's a banger right there. And I know that we haven't had a drop in a while. I took a little bit of a break, and a brand new video was supposed to launch yesterday morning, midnight Pacific. I like to say specific time. That video is Cleus Reign, from captive female to sorcerer supreme. But I am having a bit of a software issue, and I actually had to turn that entire archive project file over to an engineer to fix it and figure out what's going on, because that's like 40 hours of work, y'all. Like 40 hours of work. So don't worry, that will be here as soon as it's fixed and ready to go. I will throw that out to you guys. And next week we have our second episode of Pro Tips with Nicole right here. Here she is from Rogue One Radio. We will be doing another episode where I'm showing her some sleek professional makeup tips while we talk about one of her favorite nerdy topics. And I'm going to let that one be a little bit of a surprise for you. And then the week after that, I'm just going to tell you, yeah, I'm doing a She-Hulk episode, y'all. I'm totally doing it. I will be cosplaying the lady herself. Can't wait. I've got some special stuff coming in the mail just to play around. But before we go any further, we'll go ahead and, you know what, we're just going to do our little, our breaking news, our nerdy news segment, since it's pretty much the whole video today. So, without any further ado, let's dive right in to this week's nerdy news. Okay, let me start introducing my guests. The one, the only, Lena. Hey, Blondie.
Hello.
And today, do we even have
I actually should have done this last week, but I saved it for today. I am the collector, or Tanlir Tavan, from the Guardians of the Galaxy series, as well as Marvel Cinema.
My favorite.
Yes.
I
I gotta get a
you look
different one.
fantastic.
Thank you.
And we're still going to do our cosplay episode if I can ever get my life together.
We will. No rush. I got plenty. You got
Nicole
plenty of time.
loves it. She says she loves it.
Oh, thank
How could you
you.
not look at her? She looks like Tavon.
Okay.
All right. And of course, last but not least, our dude, CJ from CJ Productions. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am dandy.
Well, what's been going on with you?
Nothing much. Just I just got done doing a Transformers Universal Cybertron review, and I'm about to interview a director from the X-Men. You and I talked about that, and stay tuned to find out
That is
who.
awesome.
Okay. I wish
Thank
I
you.
would have screen captured our text conversation and loaded it into the stream to show everyone. You sent it to me. I said, you don't have to tell me who that is.
Right. You're like, please, right.
I'm like, stop it. He made my childhood great. And seriously, you have to tell him because,
Yeah, you did.
you know, when I did in April, I did all of every video was a tribute to my brother who's passed and all his favorite things. And I did 2 X-Men characters. So I made sure to load something just for you. But we have to talk over it. So just make sure
Nice.
that you tell him I said, hey, and thanks for my childhood.
You got my word. Of course. I'm taking requests for anybody who wants me to ask any questions or whatever, but that review comes later. But anyway.
Exciting. Okay, so for those at home, today we are talking about SDCC 2022 and translation, San Diego Comic-Con, the year of 2022. And this year was kind of special because Marvel has not been to SDCC in 3 years. Their panel was short. We knew that there was going to be some big announcements, but we also knew that they're pretty much saving all the really big stuff for D23 coming this December. So if this is the stuff they showed us, I've got to know what they're waiting to show us because there was some really cool stuff. Lena, did you get to check any of the announcements out?
I have. I've been reading it while I was like kind of getting ready, but I did watch some of the trailers that they released, especially Wakanda Forever.
We're all gonna watch them together today.
Oh, I'm gonna cry again. Damn it. When I saw the trailer, I bawled like a floodgate just opened. I just started crying, but I'll share the reason why I
Wakanda!
didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You bawled
that
back.
and-
Going
oh.
back.
You both
Sorry,
say.
lady.
But the
I
thing
couldn't
is
help
that like the thing is with DC, I've been tuning it out lately because like some of their properties haven't been that great. Other than, I guess I'm like
There's a reason
kind of
for
looking
that.
Black Adam, like a little bit because I'm like, okay, Dwayne Johnson, he's a good actor. He's in pretty much everything now, but he's a good actor. So
And have you seen what Hawkman and Dr. Fate and Cyclone look like?
yes, I saw that. That I did. I was like, okay, so this is some good casting. Let's just hope it doesn't happen. Because, like, all right, I'm not gonna sit here and like I haven't seen everything that has came out. I actually just started watching Wonder Woman, like the first one that came out. The first movie that came out. I just
We're
watched
gonna
it.
have to reevaluate our work marriage, Lena.
I know, I'm
if you
sorry.
haven't watched Wonder Woman yet.
It's just like, okay, I don't know. It's just like I was not drawn to it after what's it called? Batman with Christopher Nolan's Batman verse. After all that, I just like stopped watching.
Christian Bale.
With Christopher Nolan's like the director.
Oh, I'm sorry. That, yeah.
Like his versions of like the DC, which, you know, but Wonder Woman, I started watching. I was like, okay, maybe I should have watched it from the beginning. You know, it's actually pretty good. Now I'm just worried about the next one. Okay.
Did you see? Oh wow, it's storming outside.
Uh-oh.
Guess Dave's gonna be home soon. Let me scroll up here. I'm doing much better with the computer this time. Yay me. CJ, announcements. What was your favorite?
Yeah, Awesome Wakanda. They're gonna have Guardians of the Galaxy. We saw that coming.
Yeah.
The Secret Wars, X-Men '97. I'm all over that. Like taking
Same.
up exactly where they left off. Unfortunately, two of the voice actors are no longer with us.
Wait, what was that
but
again? What was that again?
I said X-Men '97 and two of the voice. That's right, all that. Yeah, word is that Magneto is the new leader, just like in the comics. You know,
And
sort
he's
of
got
everything was
that.
gonna research.
Yeah, I'm gonna show all that stuff when we
Sweet.
start like really digging in. But yeah, he looks
Yeah.
he looks pretty sick.
No,
He does. He looks
accurate
very
comic book.
very classic Magneto 80s.
Yep, very 80s Magneto. Outside of X-Men, of course, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. They're talking about the new Dragon Ball series could take place soon. Other than that's all I know so far at the top of my head. I've been researching though, but yeah.
I
lied.
had
Actually,
I had a live stream playing every day in the salon from San Diego. Like I drove my stylist probably crazy. She might be used to it by now. She's been there since February. We used to just play Pandora all day, but now I'm like, I'm just gonna watch TV.
of course.
Watch movies, watch YouTube, catch up on my correspondence, TV.
Mm-hmm.
So very exciting. All right, so let's dive right in. What do we got? What do I have here on the list? Foist. Okay, so did you catch that they discussed phases 5 through 7?
Yeah.
Like they discussed stuff up through 2026. And honestly, my first thought was, I'm going to be so effing old when they finally get all this stuff out.
Yeah.
I
was hoping you wouldn't touch that, but yeah.
I've started Marvel. The MCU has now made me start consider my mortality with how far out these things are getting played. I'm like, can I really be on YouTube at 60 years old doing my makeup and talking about this stuff? But let me find what you sent me, CJ, because instead of just writing it all out, I just screen capped it.
Thank you.
There we go. Daredevil Born Again. Bro.
Right.
Bro.
That looks amazing.
Loki season 2. And
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah. We've got Quantum Mania. We've got a date for Quantum Mania. We've got a date for Wakanda Forever, Daredevil Born Again, Captain America New World, Sam Wilson's first Captain America movie. We've got Blade. Blade starts filming this October. That is something I'm super excited about. And the Thunderbolts. And there were a couple properties that were unnamed. So there's a couple shows and a couple movies that were unnamed. My opinion is that it's going to be X-Men based. And I wish Tina was here in the chat because she would be squealing. But I think they're going to do a Midnight Suns show. I don't think it's going to be a movie because there's too much going on with the Midnight Suns. You'd have to do like an entire movie franchise for them.
Yeah. I mean, they're touching on Thunderbolts. God knows they're going to do Midnight Suns eventually. The formula's there.
I'm telling you, it's going to friggin' happen.
Yeah.
So, first things first, I'm going to go with James Gunn because that is absolutely one of my favorite properties in the Marvel Universe is Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's not just because James Gunn and I are from, the same neighborhood. It's because he's awesome and hilarious. I like to think it's classic Midwestern humor. We're very blunt and sarcastic. Tell me the truth or get the fuck out of my way. Just saying. Don't make me embarrass you in front of your friends.
My girlfriend would agree with you if she was here right now. Just straight up.
I miss Sarah. I miss her.
I know. I mean, you guys friends already on Facebook.
I know.
Aw. I'm not friends with her. I just see her pop up from time to time.
I make him let me talk to her.
This is true.
I'll
Compliance
say,
is not really a
"Where's
factor. All right.
I know. But Guardians of the Galaxy, this is this crew's last ride. And I say that very specifically because he was clear. He said they're not dying. But if in the Guardians, the MCU likes deep cuts. We know this. The Guardians were kind of a deep cut before the movie came out. And not a lot of, casual viewers, not that they should, would know that the Guardians of the Galaxy that we know. Oh, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Oh, hi.
Kathy. She's like my first lieutenant in the Nerdling Army. So, the incarnation of the Guardians that we have seen on the screen is actually the second team of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The second. Yondu was in the first.
R.I.P.
So, it's a legacy title. I think that maybe Mantis might stick around for, I know Drax is done. I know Chris is done. Oh my goodness. Hi, Deb. I know Drax is done. I know Rocket is pretty much done. This whole movie's going to be about him and his origin. Can we please get super, super stoked? The High Evolutionary.
Yes.
The High Evolutionary is going to be in that movie. And Lord help me, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this guy's name. I'm terrible at it. Let me pull it up so I can
type it in the chat. No.
No. Okay, so the High Evolutionary's name is Herbert Wyndham, but the actor who's playing him was in Peacemaker. James Gunn has his crew that he works with. When he finds someone, he works them. And why can't Chuck Woody is his first name. Chuck Woody Iwuji. Chuck Woody Iwuji. I think that's how you pronounce it. I suck at this. Clearly I've never lived in Africa, so I'm not very good at pronouncing African names. So please forgive me in my ignorance. But he's awesome. I really, really, really loved him in Peacemaker. I think he's going to make a great High Evolutionary. And we've all had this theory that he was the one who made Rocket, who experimented on him. And we were right. Folks.
Of course.
We got one, man. We got one. We were right. The High Evolutionary is the one that experimented on Rocket and made him what he is. So he's got a lot of pain and hurt. I actually suspect that Rocket may die in this film.
Well, usually when you look at a lot of times when you look at the color scheme of like each of the titles, it usually indicates who dies. So like the second movie, you saw what colors were like blue and red, right? Who died in the second one? Yondu. And then the first one, God, who was the one that died in the first one? It was Groot that died but comes back.
That is a fantastic catch. I did not catch that.
Because now I think the colors now are kind of like Drax colors. So they think that it's going to be Drax but you know how sometimes they like to do thorough like curveballs. So it could be Rocket. You never know. This
is why you're my work wife. But that's a really good catch. And so I expect to cry.
Yes.
Like a hungry, angry baby at Guardians 3. I am very excited for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special this December. That's going to be really effing cool.
Well, I think also they did announce about Groot's show that's coming out next month.
Baby Groot.
Yeah, the shorts.
The shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I'm excited.
And well, I mean, that isn't Guardians of the Galaxy, but we're getting Werewolf by Night in October for the Halloween special. And every time I talk about Werewolf by Night, I have to mention that his name is Jack Russell. They named the werewolf character after a tiny little dog. It just cracks
Dog,
me
yeah.
up. It cracks me up. I don't want to talk about Daredevil too much until we see that trailer. I don't want to spoil it. But Charlie Cox was made to play Daredevil, and the fact that they brought him in,
Disney knew this.
Yeah, they've given us so much hope. I am so stoked for Echo next summer.
Yeah, same here.
You know, I've always felt that representation. Pardon me, excuse me. I've always felt like representation, inclusion, super important. Because I grew up as totally different from everyone else. I was disabled. I grew up in a hospital. I got picked on, treated like crap, discriminated against my whole life. And when I see that episode of Hawkeye, I don't know if you guys saw it.
No, I have. I've seen it. I love it.
Okay, the second episode, and she's talking to her father. And I'm also, I mean, you can't tell because I'm super blonde, super pale, but I am also indigenous Mexican. And watching these two indigenous people talking and about how she doesn't feel like she fits in, but she's also disabled. She has a right prosthetic leg exactly like mine. I mean, she's also deaf. I am not deaf. Fun fact, I do know sign language because my mom was an interpreter, but that's besides the point. She's indigenous. She has a right prosthetic leg, and her father is telling her, you have to learn to jump between two worlds, never truly belonging to one or the other. And that just, like, all the breath just left me, and tears started uncontrollably just rolling down my cheeks. Like, I wasn't, crying. It was just like, I couldn't breathe, because for the first time in my life, this feeling that I've always had was finally given words. I was like, oh my God, yes. I've always, my friend, God rest her soul, who passed last year, she and I used to call ourselves in-betweeners, because people would look at us and they think, well, we're not disabled enough to be disabled, but we're, too disabled to be able-bodied, which that's a silly thing. Yeah. And for the first time, I'm seeing that portrayed, and she's a badass. Like, I took martial arts also 20 years ago and can't even kick my shoes off anymore. But watching her doing that in her prosthetic leg and showing the world, like, yeah.
I can. Yeah.
That was an amazing, amazing moment for me personally. And I can't wait to see what the show does for a million little girls all over the world. A million of them. I mean, that, not just for little girls, but for nerds. This is going to be an amazing show, and I'm super, super excited for it. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of people bitch about, the representation and inclusion in the woke culture. Yes, I feel that woke culture goes too far, but representation and inclusion is important. It is important, especially when you make it a part of the storyline and you're not just trying to shoehorn it and build everything around that. Once you have a storyline,
Miss Marvel, for example.
Exactly. Miss Marvel is an excellent example.
Don't want to tell her I'm gonna cry in that one.
Once you oh my God, don't get me started. But
sorry, my bad, ladies.
No, this stuff gets me excited.
No, same here.
Seeing them do it the right way, and to see, little girls, indigenous girls, girls of color, girls who don't feel, super duper feminine and want to dress frilly and stuff, but still feel like a girl. They see themselves on TV and they think, well, that's possible. Yep. That's totally possible. So I commend Marvel for that. I cannot wait. Thank you, Kathy. I cannot wait.
Let me add on to that for a minute. And and Marvel had a lot of courage because, especially Miss Marvel itself had a lot of backlash within the
Oh, God, yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna say Hindu. Wow.
Muslim.
Muslim.
Or,
Hindi.
Yeah.
Hindi.
Yes, thank you. Or Hindi. Yeah, I was trying to look for that, but yeah.
Hindu is the
community,
language.
Yeah, it's true. And they had enough courage, like, no, we're gonna do this anyway. Thank you for your opinion, though. Stand up.
Yeah, I thought that Miss Marvel was wholesome and fresh and fun. And that is probably one of the first times I've seen someone play a teenager on TV, and I believed they were a teenager. And she was one of us. It was very meta
yeah.
because I mean she's literally one of us. She's a nerd and she has a YouTube channel. But the whole time
they picked her for it. Yeah, to play her idol.
She walked around on set with a notebook in her pocket. And every time she felt like something was incorrect or inappropriate or against canon or would piss off the nerd base, she'd write it down. And then she'd go to her trailer and text Papa Feige and say, "You ain't right." This girl's going to run the MCU one day. And I freaking hope so. Iman Vellani, I know you're a big fan of New Rock Stars, but I love you. And please come hang out with us sometime. Thank you. So I know a lot of people some people didn't like Miss Marvel, but I think it was one of the stronger shows. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the Muslim faith. I learned a lot about Pakistan and the partition. I learned a lot. And I had a good time while doing it. And I think that's the whole point. Like, remember, CJ, you and I talked a while back about what I had said, that there are too many countries and cultures and beliefs all over this world that we can drive inspiration and source material from to not create more characters of color, of different cultures that are completely unique, and pay homage to that and teach everyone else in the world about it, and make that in turn would make our world more united in a way.
Right.
And Marvel did it, man. They did it right. So good for you guys. I can't wait to see the Marvels with Photon and Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. Brie, she's okay.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not a fan. I was about to say that. Not to pull.
I'm not a fan of Brie.
We don't talk anymore.
But
don't talk anymore.
She's trying to be woke, so I commend her for the effort, I guess. You see my face? I suppose.
I don't like it when they get woke for cash.
Yes.
They're doing it for a paycheck. No. I like it when they do it because it fits and because it makes sense. And you know, I wrote my first novel and apparently it was woke AF. I had no idea because I was just writing a story. I was just writing a story and I put the people in it that I thought would fit. And I don't know what the problem is with that. Just do it, man. Do what works. And like I said, there are some fascinating mythologies and cultures out there that are completely new to Western civilization. So just pick up a book. Pick up Google. Fantastic reference material. Start looking.
Yeah.
My girl's like, just a thought.
Just a thought. You know, Google it.
And you know what? While we were talking, I just know. Look, while we were talking, I just noticed what else at Comic-Con. And some guy put a cricket next to the picture of what DC was going to drop. It officially dropped today. And it was like 6 movies compared to Marvel. Marvel's roster looked like this. Okay, see my hand? Now DC.
And Marvel had an hour.
Yes. I'm a DC fan, but hey, I can just laugh at it. But yeah.
Right. Okay, so we should probably move on or we'll be here for 5 hours, but that's fine. We like each other.
Yes.
So CJ, you sent me a bunch of stuff, and do you want to tell the people at home where you got these awesome shots?
Right. So I have a friend actually on my YouTube channel. It's no advertising. He's actually there. He's like a subscriber. He's like, hey, I thought you might like these. And you know, a lot of my subscribers have my email address. So this is
Ow.
Spider-Man: The College Years, and he was at Comic-Con and he sent these to me. So it may be all over the web by now, but yeah.
This isn't.
That's
Yeah,
Norman
okay, yeah.
Osborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, who's your
And
friend? Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. This goes out to Ryan Hall. Ryan, giving you a shout out. Thank you for that. I need to start doing that more often. Thank you for that. Appreciate the content that you sent me, bud. But yeah, there you go. But I couldn't help but to notice that's Norman Osborn, and I
And
appreciate where and he's
I
African
know.
American.
CJ,
them
I was gonna
waves
get to
make
it.
sense now.
Yeah,
Can
that
we
he has
just
waves.
say? Can we just say that in the original comics and cartoons, it was very confusing. I thought he was black.
No, seriously,
What?
because, come on.
Lena,
Yeah, the
what?
waves. You know, not my hair, but go ahead, Lena. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are confused about that. I actually had to go look up a lot of different content creators, like on TikTok and everything. So I had to piggyback. I thought Norman Osborn, yeah, I thought he was also black because everyone considered that as cornrows the entire time. So when I
What?
saw this, I was like,
Yes.
is he?
They were definitely
But
waves.
this is actually not his college years. This is supposed to take place when he first got his powers. And the thing is that
Oh.
people are saying, like, is this canon to the MCU or is it not canon to the MCU? And the answer is it's both. It's canon, but it's not canon in this dimension. It's canon in another dimension.
Oh.
Where
He's
if
a
you would have
Spider-Man, not the Spider-Man.
God
Yeah.
yeah, he's not.
bless
Yeah.
the
So the thing is that, for
multiverse.
instance, this
Okay.
shot here, you can do an easy comparison to when Tony Stark is
Okay.
at his apartment talking to Aunt May, and that was when he became like Peter Parker's like mentor. In this series, Norman Osborn
Okay.
is now Peter Parker's mentor. And
wanna
the
know this
villains that
one.
come in, actually, I wish that you had the list of all the villains. Because even somebody pointed this out too, and I was like, you know what, that's actually kind of true. If this was canon in the MCU, like now, like this dimension, why is it that in No Way Home did Peter Parker not recognize Norman, or which also the other villain that was supposed to be in this was
Right.
Otto
That's very
Octavius?
true.
Like, why didn't he not recognize them? But that's why they're saying like, oh, it's canon, but it's in a different dimension.
God bless that multiverse.
Yeah,
Opens up
it's
so much
You
for
know,
you.
in fact, I wanna do
But
a-
yeah, as
that's
a
important.
kid,
Huh?
I'm actually I'm from Ferguson, Missouri.
Mm.
And I remember watching the Spider-Man cartoon, like, is he light-skinned? He's black, right? Why does he look so white? Look at that hair, he's black. And I just
The waves, girl. The sea said
the waves. White boys don't get waves like that when they have curly hair and it's cut short. No. So I'm actually
saying.
super glad that they did this, because now his hair makes total sense to me.
Mhm.
I just, good job, MCU.
Well, here's a
Play a
well,
little.
here's the thing. It's like you were never really sure. Like, for example, early '90s Superman the animated series. All of us seen it. Okay,
Mhm.
Lex Luthor supposed to be Caucasian, but was he though? Like, he had a
No.
hell of a
I
tan.
always thought he was mixed. I always thought he was mixed.
I did too. He had, yes, those
The full
lips,
lips,
those
get
luscious
the tan.
lips.
I'm just saying, he was a pretty boy, just a bald headed. Yeah, you know.
I sat there and I was like,
Can we just say it, CJ? Can we just say it? White men don't dress that pretty.
no.
No,
Not
he
for
said it's
every
not me.
day.
That's true.
I mean,
No.
okay, hold on. When my boyfriend when we were in high school, my boyfriend would wear a tie and a button-down shirt and wingtips and slacks to school every day, because he read in GQ you should dress for the job that you want, and he wanted to be a buyer for men's fashion.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Mind you, I was buying pot from him. But
that explains how I got the suit. I'm just saying. Hey, make it work. But anyway,
I made it work. Anyway, I agree with Lita. I always thought that Lex was mixed. I mean, he was voiced by Clancy Brown, right? Mr. Krabs.
Yes, Mr. Krabs.
Oh wait, what on earth? Deb, you and your husband are crazy. and you worry me when you come into the salon sometimes. Let's see what you say. A few years back on Halloween in St. Louis, there was a Spider-Man sighting. That was my husband. He snuck out and climbed a telephone pole. Okay, that's safer than what I thought. All I saw was pole. Oh my goodness.
So bad.
Oh, listen,
but
you
I
get
was
these two. They get crazy.
That, like, when I heard about the Spider-Man, the anime series that's coming out, I thought it was like what CJ thought it was gonna be his college years, like his first year in college.
Well, the second season is going to be college.
Okay, so the first season's not. But no, it's just like an origin story. Because I'm like, I thought about it. I said, you know what? Tobey Maguire got his, origin story of how he got bit by the spider. Same thing with Andrew Garfield. But then when it came to Tom Holland, he just said it like, yeah, I got bit, but like nothing else. We never saw what happened.
Because they had felt that the Spider-Man origin story had been done to death and that they didn't need to.
Yeah.
And they could just pick up and go.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true.
That's what I like about this one is that they're just showcasing like, hey, this is what happened. This is a like same timeline, but just different dimension where Norman is the mentor, not Tony. And then we have Dr. Octavius with the bowl cut. So I'm like, oh, we're getting bowl cut Octavius.
The mushroom hair.
You're getting bowl cut.
Love him. Let's do this.
Yeah, and to support Lena even further, like one of my subscribers said, like, who's right anymore? And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, first of all, they announced that, by the way, Avengers Multiverse Saga, which I'm curious to see what that's about. And that's just it in the name. Like, nothing is on paper anymore what we traditionally know. So I support you on that. That's a good point.
Because I mean, like, there's just somebody just kept pointing out, like, if this was within this timeline, like, why didn't he recognize Norman and Otto, like, when they came into this dimension? Like, if they were this, wouldn't they recognize him? I was like, that's actually kind of true. I still have my hopes and theories that the one that bought the Avengers Tower is Norman, because remember how they sold it? I just hope that he bought it.
Actually, I hope it was Reed Richards. I think that it's the Baxter Building now, and that's how we're getting Fantastic Four next year.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Hey, yes, that makes complete sense to me. And speaking of her original theory, you have a good point, Lean. Were they going to do a Dark Avengers movie, or did that get scrapped? I lost that in translation like 2 years ago.
I think they're doing Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Dark Avengers, or if they do, it'll be amalgamation of both of them. Hold on. Bye, Deb. Thanks for coming. If they do, they may do like a mashup of Midnight Suns and Dark Avengers and call it one or the other. But they're bringing in Blade, Black Knight, Moon Knight.
A lot of nights.
Yeah.
Hi, hubby.
I don't know what I did with my lid though.
It vanished.
Oh, I found it. It's good. We're fine.
We just had it.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. They are doing Thunderbolts, so we are getting the MCU Suicide Squad. So we're getting darker. And if you notice the movies that have been coming out, and this is something Lena and I talked with Nicole and Tina about last time, that in Thor Love and Thunder, you got Valhalla.
Yeah.
In Moon Knight, you got the Duat and the Field of Reeds. In Black Panther, you have, the Land of the Ancestors. And what am I forgetting? Eternity. We're getting Realms. And Realms, because I watched, I think it was Screen Crush with Ryan Airy, and he was trying to, like, are they dimensions? Are they parallel universe? Are they different universes? Are they timelines? What are these realms? I'm like, well, stupid. Not really. But
stupid.
They're realms. It's anything that's linked with magic. It's a realm. It's it's the mystical, the spirit. So they're branching out into magic, which to me screams Midnight Suns.
Okay, yeah.
because Midnight Suns to me were always like their version of Justice League Dark. Justice League Dark was all the, spiritual, mystical, magical things. And that's what Midnight Suns was. And it seems to me that the MCU is leaning in more to magic by introducing to us all of these different realms. Quantum realm, that's another one.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
My sister came running to me saying, "Did you see about Ant-Man and the Wasp?" I go, "Yes, I already knew that." She's a big Paul Rudd fan, and she came running. She was like, are you gonna see? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I mean, I love Paul Rudd. The guy doesn't age.
No,
it's beautiful, and he's hilarious. That's all I need.
Just him.
Good looks and a sense of humor.
No, but I was reading on that one, like when I was cooking, and I saw that. I think you and I talked about this in the last episode last week, where I was talking about MODOK, and you're like, "Yeah, MODOK's gonna pop up." I go, oh, "MODOK's gonna pop up in this one." So I was like, "Oh shit, I'm excited!" As much as that character is supposed to be a joke, I love the character because he's funny.
They haven't announced the actor yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Patton Oswalt.
It better, because I heard it was supposedly Jim Carrey, and I'm like, but Patton Oswalt is so much better because he had the show. So it's like, why would
on Hulu, right?
Yeah, on Hulu.
Yeah,
and if they
brought back Anson Mount and the chick who played Medusa, they're bringing her back too. Yeah. Then they'll bring Patton Oswalt back, and he's already done other things. Like he voiced what's that elf's name that introduced Star Fox? Can't remember his name, but he voiced. No, that was Jim Gaffigan. My bad.
I was like,
Jim Gaffigan. That's Jim.
I was wrong. Sorry, I was wrong about something, but I corrected myself immediately. It doesn't count. Oh yes, everyone loves Paul Rudd. Look at this. Everyone.
Paul Rudd is sexy.
Oh yeah, nice thanks, Nicole. But I think it's going to be Patton Oswalt. He has done other things for the MCU, so it just makes sense.
It does.
If they're bringing back the other actors and stuff, and they're totally they're allowing the fans to cast now. We got John Krasinski. Mama, the beard. Looks great with a beard.
I'm just curious to see what Bill Murray's playing in this movie.
Oh, I know what he's hold on. Let me pull it up. I know what he's playing. He is playing the leader of the Quantum City, that Quantum Kingdom.
Interesting.
Let me see. Huh. We've already seen the city in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let's see. He showed up also. Is this what this is saying? Oh, you stupid machine.
Nicole, thanks for that.
What happened?
To play weird Hulk character? No, that's 2021. That's some old stuff. Anyway, I can't find the name, but he is a deep cut in Marvel Comics, which the MCU loves. Yeah. And he's going to be the ruler of the Quantum Kingdom. Okay. And Janet Van Dyne had a thing with him when she was stuck there for 30 years. And Bill Murray's character still has a thing for her, but she's like, nah.
Yeah, no, I'm back with my husband. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's going to be pretty good. To quote Larry David, pretty good. So
you know what? Going back in your Midnight Run thing, 5 of the members have already been debuted either a series. Debuted either a series, a movie, or whatever. Like Doctor Strange. Obviously, to bring in 4 in. So then X-Men, Wolverine was a member, and the only person I'm questioning is the new Punisher if they get one. But yeah,
what? Do that. Why would they replace the newer one that I liked?
John Barenthal is. Yeah. I couldn't really get into the show on Netflix, but that's not John Barenthal's fault. He was very good as the Punisher.
No, yeah, but I think it's just more of the writing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, why would you guys recast? I mean, you're bringing everyone else back. Why can you bring him?
I think they will. They seem to be listening to us a little more in that area, at least. So I think
we just need to continue bullying them, and that's
well,
it.
they're keeping. Yeah, it worked with the Snyder cut. I mean, come on now, take a card from the DC fans.
Yeah,
I mean,
we know how to make some
relevant.
noise.
It's true. It's relevant because, like, Amber Heard, for example, prime example. 4 million people like, I want her out. Nope, you're done. Recast her, Aquaman. You're done.
Hold on,
or
exactly.
There you go.
Well, they didn't
Amber.
Exactly.
That's the thing. They, from what I heard, this is like a complete. Oh, actually, we're talking about DC. They completely cut her scene completely, and they said that she's supposed to die giving birth. So I'm just like, okay, so she's still gonna be on screen for what, 10 minutes?
Well, they got to make
It was 10
make
minutes, and they
sense.
chopped it again. Yeah.
Okay, good. So it better be just birth, death.
Kathy's got
That's
a
it.
good one. Where's that?
Amber Turd.
Yeah.
Kathy said Amber Turd.
Yes, Amber
That's
Turd.
true.
Amber Turd.
And Lena, your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog, fans complained about that. They resigned the motherfucker. That was not cheap. Fans,
Yeah, that was
was
as fuck. It was terrible.
oh god, I love
Have
the
you
meme that
seen the new the Rescue Rangers movie on Disney Plus?
we just reviewed it.
Ugly
Mhm.
Sonic. God love it. It was supposed to be Jar Jar Binks.
He's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, quit trying to make it happen. Ugly
The
Sonic's
thing
not
is that
gonna
me and CJ just reviewed it, and I just put it up like last week. It was
review.
supposed to go up months ago, but burnout. So we did talk about that one, and the Ugly Sonic. I just like the fact that they just got away with it of just changing little things here and there, and it's just like, all right, but no, just the memes of just everyone bullying the studio for Sonic is just hilarious. It's like, oh my god, they actually listen to us. It's just like, you want a perfect casting, just go bully Marvel for a little
Well,
bit
shit.
and just be like,
That took
That's
us
where I'm
like
going
a
with it.
couple of months, that took a couple of months to get them to fix that. But it took us 4 years to get the Snyder cut released. I'm still mad at Joss Whedon. I'm heartbroken over
I
Joss
love
Whedon
Joss Whedon.
because Buffy the Vampire Slayer was like my first fanaticism that I like poured into it. Well, kinda as a more conscious person. I was 17, I think, when I really got into it. My first real fandom was Star Trek and Star Wars, but Buffy was like 100% my own. I discovered it on my own, and I got really, really into it and read everything about it. And I loved Joss Whedon for it. And I started having my doubts about the man when he fired Charisma Carpenter for having a baby. Like, he couldn't work around that. Fired her, and then he basically pissed all over the Justice League. Zack Snyder only had 20% left to film. Joss Whedon refilmed the whole thing, like the whole thing, and just treated everyone like shit. He was a sexist, he was a racist, and he tanked that movie on purpose because
He can give Harvey Weinstein lessons.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
That man, he's a lot of people don't know this who don't read comics, but Joss Whedon he wrote for Uncanny X-Men for many years before he got into the MCU, and he directed a couple of the MCU movies. And then poor Zack Snyder, his daughter dies, poor, and he's like, don't worry, my friend Joss is going to finish our project. To his wife, him and his wife worked together on this movie, and they lost their daughter, and their friend Josh stepped in to finish it. And what did he do? He tanked it on purpose. So still mad, Josh. You broke my heart.
I see you. And DC's been messing up. Nicole Marie brought up a good point. They're over here. Let me read this right. Noted they didn't talk about Aquaman much. Flash. Oh, that guy. Miller's been. There we go. Thank you.
I feel like anytime
Miller's
you
been
go work
screwing up
for
bad.
Warner Brothers or DC, you just go crazy because you got Amber Heard and then you got this Miller guy going psychotic. I'm just like,
point.
It's because of who they hired, who was in charge of Warner Brothers, and who they were like, no, we're hiring this person. And everyone else is like, you sure, bro? You sure? He just was doing like a whole bunch of coke off Amber Heard's ass.
Listen, not anybody can make a comeback.
I feel like that's a red flag.
That's the thing, is that I have like, that's not even a theory anymore. It's just like, it's just obvious. They were literally trying to replicate another, what's this bitch's name? Megan Fox with
Great
Amber
example.
Heard. Because Megan Fox
seriously,
during
great
the
example.
Transformers era, she was like the hottest thing, and you have what's the guy's name? The director for the Transformers series.
Hold on. Let me Megan Fox myself.
Don't help me. I just talked about this today.
Yeah, you did.
Michael Bay.
I don't
Michael
get
Bay.
my lip fillers till next month. But
Michael Bay like casted her when I
Yeah.
think she was like a teenage, not even an adult. She was a minor still, and just sexified the hell out of her. Then Amber Heard comes in, and it's the same thing. But like, I just can't stand her. Like, I didn't know who the hell she was until I saw Rum Diary, and I'm like, oh, who's she? It's like, is this like another Megan Fox? So like, when she got
just,
Aquaman,
another clout chaser with histrionic personality disorder.
There you
No
go.
big.
But
is
I mean,
that
I'm
all?
just sidetracking completely to the case now. It's just like, I just like the fact that they pointed out, like, yeah, Johnny Depp helped you get this role for Aquaman, and it's just like, no, he didn't. I got it on my own. I go, bitch, you can't act for shit. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Like, you can't
See, it's
act
story-
in court. It's just like, don't start
Yeah.
with me. Like, you cannot act. Like, you
Amber
should have
Turd.
literally got.
Amber Turd. Amber
Right.
You
Turd.
should literally
Well,
have
listen,
gotten
it's
the
stories.
What
Sorry,
happened?
it's stories like this that make you respect Robert Downey Jr. more. Not anybody can come up make a comeback king like
Oh,
he
no.
did, like the
No.
drugs and the
No.
bullshit.
I mean,
No.
Winona
I'm just
Ryder
talking about-
did. She had a comeback. But
Yes.
Amber Heard, no. This Miller, no. It's like, dude,
No,
are you
that guy
serious?
needs psychiatric
Yes,
help right now.
he does.
Right now. And this, oh, well, we're looking for him. We can't find him. Bitch, he's posted on Instagram. You know exactly where he is. He's on a farm in New England. Go pick his ass up
King his ass.
and cram some lithium in his mouth. Like,
Mhm.
do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That,
But yeah, no, I know that they did not talk anything about Aquaman 2 or even The Flash. 'Cause I'm just thinking, like, I feel like you're guys gonna probably shelf those ideas for a little bit. Like, hey, let's just shelf it. We'll bring it back later, but let's just shelf it
can
for
we
a bit.
just pretend?
It's kind of
I mean,
tense. You know, we're under fire
Flashpoint
right now.
Paradox is a multi timeline story.
Mhm.
It would be too easy. It would be too easy to be like, oh, he's dead. Here's the new Flash. It's too easy. That's why DC always had crisis events. So they could just wipe the chalkboard and put up whatever they wanted. Use it.
Yeah.
Use it. Fictional characters. You can do whatever you want. Magic. All right. Speaking of fictional characters, I want to move on to what else Ryan sent you. This is 80s Fantastic Magneto. I love it. I love it. The magenta, the purple, the flowing silver hair.
He's the only one that can rock opera length gloves.
Oh,
Right?
I'm not gonna lie. He's the only one that can rock them.
I've tried, so I can co-sign that statement. But CJ, you were saying that in this incarnation in X-Men 97, hold on. You know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
For this, we need something special. Okay, so for the X-Men 97, you were saying that he is actually the leader of the X-Men like he was in the comics.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's going to take place, and I don't know whether or not it's going to be a continuity of bringing the original Xavier back. I'm going to ask Larry Houston himself when I interview him next week to confirm that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep rubbing that salt in there. But seriously, and also this could be before that happens, there's word that he's going to be leading. Remember Magneto had his own squad for a minute from Genosha?
Yes.
And they had Asteroid M. No. The Brotherhood of Mutants is going to be stronger than it was before. But he's going to originally
You're not
get
talking
that
about Hellfire, are you?
Yeah, Hellfire. But they already had that saga back in the original saga. But Hellfire makes a comeback, and supposedly he learn the error of his ways, and also what's his name? Cortez, who portrayed Magneto in the first place, is going to team up with Apocalypse.
Yes. Okay.
That's all I got.
And then it looks like we're bringing back Mr. Sinister. That is one of the greatest episodes and it was the last episode. Am I wrong? That was the last episode of the original X-Men animated series.
The last one was when Charles Xavier had an aneurysm and he had a funeral.
Okay.
The animated.
What's up,
but
Chairman?
he was.
Well, I got it turned down really low, Chairman, and we're talking over it, so that won't get us a ding. As long as we keep talking over it and I keep it really low, it won't do that.
Good looking out, Chairman.
But I'll turn it off. I just love it so much. But
and
Mr.
Sinister, I hope Sinister comes back though.
He was a fantastic character, and isn't that him to the left of him, like him in the 1800s? That looks like
It's Sebastian Shaw. He was the leader of what's the name? The Inner Circle, and the White Queen on the left used to be. Yeah, Lena knows. That's why she said that. Yeah, the Inner Circle, and what was their thing? They try to control the Phoenix, the beginning of the Phoenix Saga animated, and also in the comic. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not familiar with the blonde, but I know the other chick.
Back. And for those who don't know, Mr. Sinister is a guy who he's trying to create the perfect mutant, and he's always screwing with Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Daredevil.
Oh, that is Daredevil. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Here we go.
There we go.
And my boo is back, Gambit. It's about time we saw more Gambit. I was really hoping that they did do, Channing Tatum's Gambit movie. He's actually from Louisiana, like Gambit is. And he kind of looks like him. And he's pretty sexy. So I thought that was going to happen, but it's fine. I'm really excited about X-Men 97. Because as we discussed, that was one of me and my brother's things, and it's crazy that you get to interview that dude. Is he doing any work? Is he going to be doing any work on 97?
Yes, what he's going to do, from what I know, when we briefly talked, it's like 2 minutes on correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do what's the word I'm looking for? A correspondent. He's going to be giving advice hey, what did we do on this episode so we can make sure it matches this episode? They're taking his advice on it when he was producing. So he's not getting his hands into it. And also he's going to try to see if he can get the original theme back. So, because obviously there was a copyright issue even then.
Well,
the X-Men's theme. Yeah.
Did you, in that very special episode of Miss Marvel, when Bruno says it's more like a mutation, they played the Sting.
Yeah, they did.
I was like,
yes, they did.
And in Multiverse of Madness, when Professor X comes up in his animated series, bright yellow. Yep. So and when in the captions of Miss Marvel, when they play the Sting, it says X-Men 97 theme.
Mm-hmm.
So
in the captions,
Chairman says, I wish they would do Charles Xavier when they do a reboot with the electromagnetic wheelchair, not a normal wheelchair like they have been doing.
Oh.
Does he mean animated or in general?
In live, I'm guessing. I would like an electromagnetic wheelchair. That would be very handy around my house.
I would.
Just saying. I wouldn't run into walls anymore.
I cannot with you.
But I wouldn't let Dave play in it like I let him play in this one now. Oh, okay. One more time. Twist my arm. How could you
Did you see Storm's new look? Storm got her 1980s fro hot.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let's pull it back up. Yeah, girl. She got that mohawk.
It looks like it's in a ponytail. It's a mixture of two looks. Because
a mullet?
That's a mohawk, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, and she has her.
That
You
is
see it on her
awesome.
left shoulder. It looks like she has her original hair, but she didn't cut it all off like she did in the comic.
Huh. I still think it's a mohawk.
No, it looks good. It's just, in
All
the
right.
comic, she had that real short, but anyway.
Let's get into some trailers. Hey, chat, are you ready for some trailers? Are you ready? Have you seen the trailers yet? Are you ready for trailers? Because I have some trailers for you, and I'm very excited. And while I'm waiting for you guys to tell me how excited you are about the trailers, we're going to take a look at that Daredevil costume one more time. Oh, that nice. Yep, and he's going to be in Spider-Man freshman year, it seems. Okay. And yes, heck yeah, and yes. Okay. Well, let us get in to some trailers.
Oh, let's stretch my body.
You know, stretch your body.
I was like, I gotta get ready.
Where's my? Okay. And first one. And here we go.
I'm an idiot.
It's showtime!
I don't deserve these powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing? Ow! There's already a superhero with a red suit with a lightning bolt on it. Aquaman is literally huge and he's so manly. And Batman is so cool. And I'm just me. I feel like a fraud. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers. Well, then everybody got superpowers. Where's everyone going?
So are we to believe that Batfleck is still canon?
Okay.
Like,
Now everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
You understand I'm a pediatrician, right?
Come on now, get down to business.
Listen to me, Billy. The fate of your world depends on it.
Play around, what is this?
The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Oh my god.
Children talk the power of all the gods. This is very personal, Billy.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you because I'm not super old like you, but I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family.
Stupid.
Family! Guys, that was a signal.
His name is Shazam! Now let's get down to business.
Your world will not survive this.
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
You think I know how to fix this dude, but I really don't.
Billy, everyone can be worthy. Let's give it a chance. Now go fight for your family. Go fight for the world.
Hurry, step right up. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now.
This looks better than the first one already.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Huh.
Was that Lucy Liu?
That was
Yes,
that.
it was.
I
And Helen Mirren, who I hope I look like when I'm her age, because that's a hot old lady.
yeah.
She does look
That
great.
looks so good.
it
I
looks very
really
fun.
think DC is focusing much better than they have in the past. The first Shazam movie I thought was good. I enjoyed it. It's got great rewatchability. Except for Headless Superman, of course. I was really hoping at SDCC, there was rumor that Henry Cavill was going to show up and, be re-announced as DC's current Superman, but it didn't happen. It's fine. I'm over it. So we may get more headless Superman. That's fine. It looks really good. It looks really good. I thought the wizard was dead. Did anyone else think the wizard was dead? Because I did.
I did too.
It's inconclusive, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't have much to say other than it looks great, and they got Helen Mirren. So the
Looks very
script
fun.
must have been decent to get Helen Mirren because she's not a punk, man. She's not. She's a heavy hitter. So
It's a good thing,
They got one
and
of
she's
Charlie
picky about her
Daniels.
project.
Yes, she is. Her and Harrison Ford are doing the prequel to Yellowstone, the second prequel to Yellowstone, and they're getting like a couple million an episode, I think.
Damn.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
Oh, how do you two feel about Loki?
About what?
Loki 2.
Can't wait. Can't
That's what I
wait.
figured.
I loved the first Loki
Elena,
series.
you all right?
Uh-oh. What's that face?
Right, what's that face?
I get it. I love Loki. I do. I'm just not like all the other girls that were fangirling over Tom.
I don't either.
But I like the fact that they're bringing him back. What's his name? Owen Wilson.
Yep.
I'm happy they're bringing him back. I was like, okay, I'm happy. I actually liked it. It was a good series. I'm excited, but I'm just like, I just need to see some things here and there of like to really like be like, okay, you know, I want to jump on board because I feel like I don't want it to be like how WandaVision was for me because I didn't watch it like right away when it came out. I waited a couple episodes and then everyone's like, oh, you should really watch it. So I said, fine. I watched it and I was like, okay, you know, I should have seen more of the trailer, more of the previews. Loki comes out, liked it, watched it from the beginning, got it slowed down a little bit, had the pickups. I'm just like hoping that he makes some appearances in the movies where it leads up to like the series.
I'm going to respond to something in the chat. Robotic Turtle 88 says in Justice League Action and Batman Brave and the Bold, Shazam Wizard is still alive. You are absolutely correct. I was referring to the Shazam movie that came out a couple of years ago. They really made it seem like he was dead.
Yeah,
Mark Strong killed him. So that's what I was referring to. But you are absolutely correct, sir. Okay.
Yeah, that was the only reason why I watched Shazam was because of Mark Strong. I was just like, damn.
God, he is good, isn't he?
He's gorgeous.
These chicks. And then they talked about they're getting closer to picking their new Green Lantern. So the guy from that so far is between the guy from Leverage and some other, handsome black guy is gonna be doing it. And it didn't even talk about
they are
Idris
doing
Elba.
Jon Stewart. Hot damn dog.
Okay,
is my favorite.
Okay. Because in this
Jon Stewart is sexy. You've got a problem.
in this mind right here, I just finished rewatching like Deadpool and just Deadpool jumping around, getting rid of like Ryan Reynolds' characters like Green Lantern for one of them. I was like in there, it never happened. So it's not rebooting, it's just coming out new.
Right.
All right, kids. Let's move on to our next trailer. Y'all get your tissues out.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, never gonna cry.
No woman, no cry.
It's so sad.
Don't shed no tear. No woman, no.
That's the kind of funeral I would want. Hey, wait a minute. CJ, was that you?
Good friends we have and good friends we've lost.
There's only two black men I know with silver hair, and that wasn't Cisco.
I wish.
Atlanteans.
Riri!
Yeah! Wait for Ironheart.
In the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Angela Bassett still got it, boy.
Ironheart! Yes. The mutant, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like a chick's ass to me. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's around the corner too, dude. Ibombe!
Oh, that looks so good.
Powerful.
It looks so good.
Are you crying? Wait.
I am.
Aww.
Because oh god. Because I'm just sitting here and I know I saw your status this morning.
Look at Danny.
Lean over.
Okay.
Right. There it is.
I saw your status this morning about people saying they should have recasted Chadwick Bosworth and Bossman. And I sat there. I said, I personally would not have watched it if they recasted him.
Yeah. No.
I would have just skipped it because it's just like
disrespectful almost.
It is. Because the thing is that I was thinking about other properties that have done the same thing for people that have passed away, and the first thing that popped up was Kingdom Hearts, the latest game, the third one. And there's a character which obviously we all know him, Phil, which is played by Danny DeVito. If you played it, you notice that he does not talk at all. It's
I've never played Kingdom Hearts. That's my oldest child.
And that one, we'll ask her later after this. He does not talk in this one at all because the Japanese voice actor passed away. So out of respect, they did not have him come on. So we were paying like respect for the person that was playing him before. So I started crying when I saw it yesterday, and I was just bawling right when she says, I lost everybody, my family and everything. Have I, sacrificed, have I suffered enough?
But she still got Shuri. So
that was the thing, is that I started thinking, I go, because I know that the actress that plays Shuri, there was a lot of issues that she was having.
And you know what? I don't want to really get into it because I try to stay neutral, but I gotta respect her for standing her ground.
Yeah,
I gotta respect her for that.
But the thing is, this is Disney, and this is like they have like an image they gotta maintain. And it's just like I'm like hoping they don't kill her off. And then she's all by herself, and it's just like, okay, who's playing Black Panther? We don't know yet.
You know what? If they do, we're gonna go pick that girl up and bring her here with us.
Right.
She can be Shuri all day for us.
Yeah. But just sitting there, I just love the fact that they're just playing so much like homage to him, like they're playing so much respect for him and continuing his legacy.
Well, when he passed, Ryan Coogler had already wrote the script for Black Panther 2. He had no idea what Chadwick Boseman
he never
was
told
fighting.
Chadman never told anybody about his problem.
No.
And
that was the messed up part, is that he, not on his behalf, but what the fans did to him was that he was getting thinner and thinner. So people were making fun of him. And then when he passed, it was because of cancer. Everyone was like, oh shit. And it's like, he had every right not to tell anybody because he didn't want people to feel bad for him. And that was the same thing on the set for Endgame, that some of the actors would notice that he'll fall asleep and they're like, hey, you okay? He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm just resting my eyes. But that's like all the chemo he was going through, all the stuff that he was doing just to kind of maintain.
The guy played
it's
it
just
off
like,
so well. Yep.
He played it off so well, and he was like taken from us at such a young age, at his like the peak of his his career. Because I mean, like, imagine if he never passed away, we will have still T'Challa with us. But
yeah, again, my opinion on that, and his last role was What If. So even then, he did that in those audio. And getting the elephant out the room as a Black person, how I feel about the recasting thing. My thing is this.
That was the elephant in the room, that you're Black.
You like that? No. And so it's the fact that so Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, pick a Spider-Man. And people are like, well, they shouldn't do that. It's disrespectful. True. And they still may not have to, like Lena said, they don't have a clue. It could be still her. My theory is in the movie, she's not sure that Black Panther's sister is still alive. something happened to her, thinking that she lost her entire family. That's also an option too, and she comes back and the vengeance in a suit. Bottom line is, with him, he was starting a legacy of a character that was much needed in my community. Let's just point out what it is.
The very first Black superhero.
Right. Okay. Really like taken seriously. Same thing could have happened to Michael Keaton. Let's say he did Batman. He did a phenomenal performance. He still did, by the way, but he died right after. Never did part 2. See, how would people feel about that? They would honestly bring up this disrespect. But now this rinse and repeat formula of how many Batmans we have now? 4? I lost track. Okay, it's not a big deal now. This was a big deal here because it's just there's no other Black Panther before this one.
It would have been like if Adam West did 1 season of Batman or 1 movie.
That's all I'm saying.
And then immediately died.
I mean, it's like Heath Ledger. He did Joker once, and he did a
Joker
great job.
after he got completely ripped to shreds. I mean, he kind of had it coming.
Whoa! He had it coming, but her point is still valid. That's an excellent point. No one's going to follow that Joker. Yeah. I mean, outside of Jack, but
when I saw that Chadwick Boseman had passed, I felt immediately very sad. I mean, this is a person I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't know this man, but he just, I don't know. Some people just kind of exude this aura. And
everybody loved
him. He was very well loved. And that just made me feel very sad. And then I start seeing articles about, oh, well, what are we going to do about Black Panther? They've already written the script. I'm like, first of all, can we bury the man first? Can his family mourn first? Can we talk about that first? That's the most important thing. And then, when the questions about Black Panther were really prevalent, all I could think was, well, there's only one Black Panther to me.
Yeah. Because, here's the thing is that I heard people say, well, they can cast somebody, but then CGI his face on to that person. I go, you can do so much with CGI because it's not going to be the same. Mm-hmm. It's like when it comes to the premieres, and you see all the photos of everyone together. It's just like, where's Chad? You're like, oh, well, we CGI his face. And it's just like,
yeah, that would just be too weird, like uncanny valley territory right there. It's
the only thing that I have that I'm kind of wondering is how are they going to play it off? Because my thing is I'm thinking about it right now. Or I've been thinking about it for quite some time when he passed, and then they were saying they had the script and they had to do rewrites. Is how are they going to play it off with him his character passing? The only thing I can think of is after the blip, after the end game, right? Mm-hmm. A small percentage of the population, the world's population, got sick from whatever disease came with them when they came back. Or something came up, and he's just one of the small fraction of the people that got sick. And since they didn't have a cure at the time, he just passed on.
How are you so smart? It is a fantastic idea. Just saying, I had not thought of that, but that is a fantastic idea.
That was just the first thing that came into mind because I just started thinking about, okay, I know he got blips half of everyone except for the original Avengers, and I go, it has to be okay, maybe he got sick. That's the only way they can play it off, that he got sick, there was no cure for him, and that's why they're going through this whole period of mourning. And now I'm just questioning, was Martin Freeman blipped as well? So
who was
Martin Freeman's character, the token white man that's the only white guy in the movie?
Oh my gosh. I went and saw that with my ex, and he's an ex for a reason. Let me qualify that first. And he was like, there's only one white dude in that whole movie. And just complaining. And I just looked at him and I was like, did you see any black dudes in Asgard?
No.
I didn't hear you complaining about that.
No, I mean,
because there's really not a whole lot of black people up in Norway, okay? No. Not a whole lot of white people in Northern Africa. Just saying.
No,
except for Charlize Theron. I'm just saying.
Yeah. She's Southern Africa. She's from South Africa.
Oh, what was I thinking?
Northern Africa.
But That's the only theory I got, that they're gonna play it off just
It's
like
a really
that.
good theory. And Nicole just pointed out that in the comics he was also at death's door. So you are onto something, my dear. Look at you. Look at the big brain on Lena.
I should go right for Marvel now. I'll be back.
Dave keeps telling me I should be like a historian for Marvel or DC. I'm like, if only. I just sit in an office with a bunch of comic books. That's living for me. I'd be there. All right, guys, let's check out our last trailer that I have for us this evening. And probably the one, I mean, you'll see.
Wow! Jeez, what the hell, man?
Still in control, no overwhelming feelings of rage.
No, a normal amount of rage.
You do revert back to Gen form when you sleep.
Was the air horn really necessary?
For comedy, absolutely. This is a multi-year journey you're about to embark on. Yeah. Who's your best friend? Spandex.
That's called middle
Being a
age.
Hulk asks for balance.
Oh yeah.
You have so much more to
There's
learn.
much I want to talk about with this trailer.
Yes.
So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
Thunderclap.
If you want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
Fourth wall break.
More and more eccentric superhumans are coming out of the woodwork.
That was Frogman for the home.
We're going to launch a division for them. And I want the She-Hulk to be the face of it. Jennifer Waters. Namaste.
I have a serious conflict of interest. This man tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Oh.
Oh, we said.
People only care because I'm representing Emil Blonsky. I think they care because they're like, hey, that girl's green. Jesse, do your thing.
Titania.
I really like this outfit.
I like this outfit.
I'm not proud of this.
Miss Walters, we answer to a higher power. Our universe is on the edge of a precipice.
I am a lawyer. We do things by the book.
The Book of Ashanti.
No, the book of American laws.
Whether you like it or not, you're now a superhero.
Let's do this. You know that friend you had in high school who was way cooler than you were attractive, got all the attention from everyone? Hello.
All legs.
Is that what I'm feeling?
Rub it in.
I don't know who that was. I have
You
no
knew
idea
that
who that was.
That was Daredevil.
Shut up, Lena.
I know.
There's so much I want to say about She-Hulk. Now, I am recording a She-Hulk episode next week, and so I'll probably, rehash a lot of that then. But when I showed Dave the very first trailer, he's like, my problem is, she's supposed to be a Hulk. Like, why isn't she all big like the Hulk? And I said, here's the thing. It's psychology. Hulk for men, the duality with men is, holding it in and being a professional or family guy or whatnot, and holding back the aggression, that almost primal need to solve things physically. With women, we've been told for so many years. We've been told for so many years that we need to be demure and discreet and, reserved. We don't get to go out and party and have a good time and still be the housewife.
Do a curtsy.
Yeah, the curtsy. So it makes sense, or it makes sense to me, that a woman's Hulk would be like, what's up? I'm hot, I'm horny, and I'm ready to party. And that's what She-Hulk is. That's what she is.
Mhm.
And, you know, him doing that yoga there, and he's kind of struggling to do that, but then she's like flipping around and doing all this stuff. That makes total sense because women are more flexible
Mhm.
than men are. We're lighter, we're more
She has-
flexible, and we're faster.
Yeah.
So
She
first
has-
up,
she
I'm gonna
has-
say, what's
Yeah.
up, Cerberus Levi? Go ahead.
What up, Andre? That's my boy, my co-host.
Oh, hey, Andre.
Hey, Andre.
She's agile. She has a balance of power. Her power is balanced, is what you're saying. Hulk is
Yeah.
just sheer brute force. She's strong, but she's balanced. Like she can, she did a Ron DMC break dancing. Let me clear my throat with ease. You know,
Let me clear my
you know?
throat. And that wasn't Run DMC, but that's fine.
Beatbox Boys, whatever. And then I agree. And the series is needed because it's giving more of that comedy aspect that Thor left off of, like Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. You know, it's where the world is going now.
I just want
as
to
far
tell
as-
you, CJ, if you disrespect DJ Cool on my show again, we will have a serious conversation.
You know, I was trying to go over that like a speed bump, but apparently you were a stop sign.
No, I think it's a very interesting concept. It does make sense. We're 10 years, like 14, 15 years past the introduction of the MCU and superheroes in this world. So it would stand to make sense that, well, there's some legal things we need to consider. So we should do something about that. So, and then Wong shows up.
My boy.
Wong, who is the foundation of the MCU at this point, my boy Wong shows up, and he has these magical items that are glowing purple. Are we going to learn more about Miss Marvel's bangles and Shang-Chi's rings? Because if you notice in Miss Marvel, in the temple where they found the bangle, the symbol for the 10 rings
It's on the
was
floor.
on the floor. So I'm wondering if, you know, with Wong showing up and having this stuff, maybe we get some more information, because it says the next big thing. I'm wondering if that means 3 things. What do you guys think?
That theory is quite sound, and they did
Yeah.
say that Ms. Marvel's powers have not stopped evolving yet, so the door is open.
Yeah. Because
I love, and I want to, yes, Nicole, I agree. And when she does that 4th wall break, when she turns and she goes, he didn't mean it. And then she looks back like, who the fuck
What'd
are
you
you?
say? Like, listen, what?
And she looks back like, wait, who is that?
like, who are you people?
She looks surprised by it, but she's bringing in that. I have a fan down here and it keeps blowing these tiny little hairs in my face. It's driving me crazy.
I was wondering how.
Well, I get hot. Okay, I'm a big girl. I'm well insulated, and I get hot. I got lights, so I have a tiny fan, and it keeps blowing little tiny hairs into my face.
Yeah, it's the same situation I'm having with the wig. I'm just like, I have like little strands, and I'm like, get out of my eye. But no, it. Let me see. Hold on.
The comic books will probably see her more. I agree with you.
Probably,
and
yeah.
Tatiana Maslany is chef's kiss. Pray hands. Perfect casting. She's wonderful. If you have not seen Orphan Black, do yourself a favor. Quit depriving yourself. Go watch it now. It's a fantastic show. Tatiana Maslany is a fantastic, phenomenal actress. She's a good physical actress. She's great. And just the facial expressions, like when she's looking through Tinder and she goes, "Ooh, it's perfect."
Dude,
She's
let me talk
wonderful.
about that. The guy that she banged, or at least what she
Yeah.
was seeing.
She was
She was like,
always-
okay, I'm getting mine.
Yeah, she's always bouncing on the mattress in the comics. I mean, because again, that is female Hulk. That was something that was never talked about. She-Hulk came out in 1980. Good year. I just want to point out it's an excellent year. Came out in 1980, and it's just now that we are really coming to acceptance with female sexuality, that we do like to bone. And back then, it was something that was taboo.
Yeah, I was
if
about to
you
say
did
that.
enjoy it, you were a slut. So that was She-Hulk. You know, she liked to bone, she liked to party, she liked to have a good time, and she really enjoyed her more primal urges. And as a woman, that was something that was very frowned upon. So that makes sense why the female Hulk is like that. And I'm just really glad to see that they're kind of leaning into that. You know, She-Hulk really kind of shined a light on that taboo and kind of poked fun at the over-sexualization of women in comic books. And I really look forward to seeing that paired with a legal comedy in the MCU world next month. I'm super stoked, and I do plan on talking about it every single week.
Nice.
I think it's an item that should be touched. Like Avengers 1. New York City was completely demolished when Loki first made his appearance. Avengers 1 we're talking about. So how do you tell your Allstate agent what happened to your car? Hulk stepped on it. No, seriously, what happened to your car? You know what I'm saying? This
Hulk
is kind
stepped
of
on
needed.
it.
I think that's the direction. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the kind of direction that should be going. And Andre did say, if I may, should be a good addition to the Avengers. I agree. She's definitely gonna be on the team.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be so awesome.
That's
and
DK.
see, guys, see, the CGI is much better.
Yeah, I was about to point that
Remember
out.
when you were
It's all
complaining about that a month ago, and I said it's not finished. Give them time. Yeah, listen to mom
I was
more.
one of those-
Okay.
I was one of those guys. I admit it, but I had enough common sense to know this is like the naked promo teaser. This is it right now. It looks a lot better. Yeah.
And it's just come out that all these VFX artists are complaining that it sucks working for Marvel because they want shit done now and they don't want to pay a whole lot. Well, why do you think they are doing that? They're doing that because you've got the salty haters or the fans, the salty people. You know, I'm not trying to say a specific podcast, so don't think that I am. I'm saying that people are salty over it. And their whole thing is just to hate everything. Just shut up and give it a second, man. Just give it a second. And can you do better? Let's see your VFX work. Let's see your CGI. Like, give it a second.
The thing is that with me, it's just kind of like, oh, you think you could do better? Well, why don't you come over here and do it and fix whatever it is?
Exactly.
Like I saw the same article too where they were complaining. It's just kind of like, and some of the pieces that I've read too was that some of it was like, oh, well, they didn't listen to us the first time. I said, well, they should, because they're not Taika Waititi where he trolls everybody like, oh, this is the final product. It's like, no, it's not. Like, just wait. Like you said, just wait.
Yeah. Just wait. You think they're gonna? Oh my gosh! The reason y'all are making Marvel whoop these VFX artists like they're owned. Stop it. Yeah. Stop yelling at these people. Stop picking on them. Stop making fun of them. Unless you're gonna pull up and sit in their seat and do it yourself for the money that they are offered, leave these people alone because you're making their lives miserable. So
but I want it now.
Do I need to remind y'all about what we used to have? I mean, I could have never, as a child, and what was at my disposal at the time, I could have never in a million years imagined we would have VFX and special effects as great as they are now. Hello, Spawn, 1987, okay? Scorpion King, we've come leaps and bounds. Beowulf, okay?
Wait, let's go
Beowulf,
back. Let's go back.
All right, Uncanny Valley much?
Let's go back to 1978 Avengers. Remember how Spider-Man was climbing the wall and his hands didn't even touch the fucking wall?
Andre, you're an
I mean, it's also like
asshole.
the Batman and like the Adam West Batman, how they had him like at an angle, but it's not really up. They're just standing. They're just.
You
Like,
need
yo,
to talk
we
about
came a
the
long way, so
color
calm down.
spray.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, hey, we came a
Andre,
long
you're
way.
absolutely right. And this is all none of this was done by purpose at all. We like each other, and we have good conversations. We have excellent conversations, and yeah. I'm actually disabled and indigenous and Mexican, so
I'm mixed.
We've checked all the boxes here. We need to make an Asian friend and just round it off.
Yeah.
Right.
But I want to piggyback off on the whole thing with Wong coming in with the basically like
It
obviously
was 1991. It was 1991, Chairman. And yes, I watched it like 100 times when I was like 10, 11 years old. And back then I loved it. You're right. Appreciate what you have now, kids. Shut up. Go ahead, Lena.
No. Talking about how we're gonna feel like we're gonna touch more about the Bengals for Miss Marvel and like the Shang-Chi's rings and all that. I think I mentioned it like briefly how we were talking about Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, of how we never got our mutants and all that, right? And then now here in She-Hulk, we're starting to see more and more people that are inhuman, right? So I'm kind of like, are we gonna get mutants in Marvels? Because like, if we're touching more and more of mutants, it's like, are we gonna get Wanda saying, like, let there be mutants? Like Nicole's been saying, like, hey, are we gonna get this? Like, finally, after all this, because that's what I'm hoping that this one obviously touches more up about Shang-Chi's rings. I did like Shang-Chi a lot. Inhumans and mutants. Okay, thank you, Nicole. But I really liked it. But the thing is, when it came to the Bengals, they didn't really touch much on it, like that much. And it's just kind of like,
that's why I think we're gonna get more about him.
Because like, we got some of it when it came to like Iron Man 3. Was it 3 that we met? The third Iron Man, we were introduced to the Mandarin or something like that.
Yes.
So we got like the rings and everything like at that point, but it was like an imposter posing as the basically the 9
Trevor
rings.
Slattery.
Just for record, that was a waste of a storyline.
But I like Trevor. He was funny.
Trevor was funny though.
He was funny, and you can't go wrong with him.
That was his name, Trevor Slattery.
There we go. But no, I mean, when I heard they were doing a She-Hulk, I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know much about her, so a lot of my stuff, a lot of things I do a lot of research on it, which when I looked her up, I was like, oh, okay. And before we started talking about it, I was telling Danny that I have a friend that basically also educated me on She-Hulk because she loves her. She's about the same height as her. She's like 6'1".
Oh, wow.
So she cosplays as She-Hulk because it's like made for her. And she just educated me to the point where I was just like, you know what? I have an appreciation for this. And when I heard about it, I was like, okay, I can back this up. I just hope they don't mess it up.
Touchdown real quick. I'm over here doing the pee-pee dance. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, I'm blanking out. Let me get a drink.
No, but she was 6'1", and what else? She had.
She used to cosplay as She-Hulk, and she educated me on her. Like, just told me basically everything I need to know, and it's just like, okay. I mean, like, I did research even like currently on every topic that has been coming out little by little, and like I know that she's messed around with Hercules, so I was just like, oh, we're gonna get that part 2 where she messes around with Hercules. At the end of Thor, we're introduced to Hercules, so are they gonna hook up or something?
Nicole asked you if you can tell your friend to share a photo. You probably should like toss one up on your channel or something.
I will. I'll show. Actually, I was like, where did I put my phone? Let me look it up. I'll save it and I'll throw it in. Nicole, I'll throw it into our little group chat, and I will actually. Let me see if I can throw it into the chat. I need Danny to throw it up on the screen. But no, she used to cosplay like so frequently too. Let me see if I can find one real quick. But I'm just hoping that they don't mess it up because I mean, so far Disney Plus has been giving us like really good shows, like Marvel based. They've been giving us really good shows. And I didn't get a chance to even mention about Echo that much. I was letting you guys go back and forth, and I was just like, well, you guys are pointing out the same thing I've been pointing out. I'm just hoping that we get like some form of clarification, which it's already been announced that he's coming back. Kingpin, if he was actually killed, which
he is coming back. We got
no. But I'm just saying I'm going back to Echo because I didn't get a chance to say my thing. And it's just like Echo, like, being like the niece to Kingpin and all that. I'm just hoping that they kind of explain, like, show us, like, on her point of view of, like, hey, I shot him, didn't kill him. It's like, okay.
Nicole, you better calm down because I'm cosplaying She-Hulk next week. Okay? And welcome, Red Hawk TV. Hello.
HBO Max Batman. That's my boy.
Oh, so she does. Okay, anyway, let me go look for it.
Okay. I'm safe to say I'm
found
stoked.
it. I found it so
I am
quick.
so about She-Hulk. What are you looking up?
Oh, I found my friend's her She-Hulk that she did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nicole was asking like, "Hey, can you show it what it looks like?" I was like, "Yeah, I can put it in it." Oh.
I'm teasing.
No.
All right, ladies. I don't want to cut and run, but this was fun. But I have to
Yeah,
head out.
it's been about 2 hours. I think we've pretty much covered everything, and we're all pretty excited. I want to thank the chat for hanging out with us this whole time. It's been a long one, and yeah, we talked about Loki season 2. We're really, really stoked. One thing I didn't mention. Wow, my Southeast Missouri came right out.
Right out.
One thing I did not mention was Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Really stoked about that. Catherine Hahn is Agatha Harkness. Well, the MCU version of Agatha Harkness. Perfect. Perfection. Absolutely loved her. It was Agatha all along. It's a banger.
Her theme song. I wonder if they're going to use that, but no.
But if you guys want to subscribe to CJ's channel, CJack Productions, which you'll even find some of me on there, some Alina, some of our other friends. You can follow him on Twitter right there. You can subscribe to him on the YouTubes. And you can also find Lena, hey Blondie chick.
Mm-hmm.
Let me fix that. I'm going to hide that. Fix it. Just like this. And put it right back up there just like that. So you can find her on Twitter right there. You can find her on YouTube right there.
Yep.
And if you would like to support this channel, you can follow me on Twitter. Don't ask. Don't pronounce that out loud without speaking to me personally first. Okay? Do yourself a favor.
Okay.
Just call me. I'll help you. You can buy this sweet baseball tee, as well as regular t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, pillows, laptop cases, phone cases, you name it, they've got it. Check out our store in 3 different designs. Check out our store on TeePublic, and we do have a Patreon. You get backstage passes, you get tutorials, schedules, you get merch every couple of months, and you get to request breakdowns. I will do a video if you request it. Just call it my tip jar, like you're at the bar and you want to hear a song from the DJ. And we do have a tic-tac, tickety-tock, tick-tick-tock-tock, whatever the kids call it. I'm on there. I'm terrible at it, but I will let you know when I have something new coming on the YouTubes if you follow the TikTok and the Twitter box. So what else do we have here? That's pretty much it. I'm still sad about no Henry Cavill, but I'll get over it.
I'm sad they didn't make any announcements about Deadpool 3.
They didn't, and they didn't give any information about Wonder Man coming to the MCU. By the way, Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians, he's in it. I'm pretty excited. I think that means we're getting a lot more Vision. But just like the woman said over here, why did it do that? Stupid computers. It's the computer, not me. Avi. Make sure you Hulk smash that like button, crush the subscribe, and blast the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with another one of these magnificent videos. Until then, nerdlings, I hope that, oh, here we go. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that you have a wizard weekend. As always, playing with my computer, no big. Hope you have a wizard weekend, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.